I'd like to welcome back Dr. Subramanian Swamy. He stirred a hornet's nest, but he's not getting a response from the Congress party yet. Siddharth Nath Singh of the BJP. KTS Tulsi, senior advocate of the Supreme Court. I welcome also R. Rangarajan, senior journalist, who has strong views against Subramanian Swamy. Tonight he is joining us from Chennai. Thank you very much. Dr. Subramanian Swamy, I think you've heard a lot of responses there, but the specific point is this, that they will not dignify you with a point-by-point rebuttal. In that sense, do you believe that your charges will have a limited shelf life? You see, if the other side responds, then they have a longer shelf life. But the other side is not responding, so do you think this issue will die down by the weekend?
Well, first of all, Congress party is in retreat and the whole country can see it. Yesterday they took me very seriously and sent me a letter, a stupid letter, which I threw the waste paper basket when I got it this morning only. And now they are not wanting to file a defamation case. I was looking forward to one. And every other way they are retreating. Now, as far as shelf life is concerned, yes, in times now it will be limited shelf life if they don't reply. But I will go to court. I have to prepare the ground for going to court. So first I will have to write to the authorities, asking them to take action. I've written to the Prime Minister already. I've released that letter in the press yesterday. I've written a letter to the Election Commission. I've released that letter to the press. Now, if they don't reply, then I will have a cause of action to go to court and a public interest, and say that the court should now issue directions and monitor the investigation.
Yes.
So this will probably take a couple of months, considering there's a big vacation coming in December for the courts.
You see, there are two issues tonight which I wish to address on the news hour. The first issue I want to address, and I'm going to go to KTS Tulsi next on that, is whether what Subramanian Swamy says will stand the legal test. The second issue I want to raise on the news hour tonight is a slightly more political issue on whether the motives of Dr. Subramanian Swamy can be divorced from the content of what he says. About 20 times since yesterday, Dr. Subramanian Swamy has told Times Now that the motive does not matter as long as the content is relevant. First, Dr. Tulsi, can we get specific now? You've seen what is being talked about. My first question to you tonight is that the All India Congress Committee, Dr. Subramanian Swamy says, being a political outfit, is entitled to the use of money raised by it only for political purposes. How can the All India Congress Committee justify using this money to loan it to this company called AJL?
Now, I firstly want to clarify that I am appearing on your invitation. I don't know what the stand of the Congress party is.
Point note.
And I can only say my opinion on the basis of the allegations. I have no other material on the basis of which I can reply or express my opinion. In my opinion, the allegations, Dr. Subramanian Swamy, I will, and pinpointing the statute and
I'm having an audio problem there.
But I think there is understanding.
I have a reception problem at your end. I'm going to come back to you because I wanted to start with the legal point. However, till I just fix the audio link with you, because I don't want to interrupt that part of the debate. Till I come back and restore that link, I want to go across to Mr. Rangarajan. Let's go on the issue of motive, and I'll come back to the legal point in some time. Why do you think Subramanian Swamy's timing is suspect?
Well, I don't think you can call anything relating to timing suspect, because it's open to anyone to question any person in the public domain, and he's entitled to question the bona fides of any person or any political party or any institution in the country. And I think people have to give due credit to Dr. Swamy, because I've been noticing his career for more than 15 years in Chennai, and he has had his ups and downs, but he has had many successes, many good moments, and probably the person who was a game changer in Chennai in moving the court. He got the governor's sanction to prosecute Jayalalitha, which is a very big case, the Tansy land deal case, which went to its logical conclusion in the lower court, but in the Supreme Court the order was set aside, and he had taken up a number of causes, and even now his petition regarding the Setu Samudram Canal project is pending before the Supreme Court, and at least he has succeeded in putting the brakes on the project to a large extent, and he has raised the issue of the Ram Setu and the question whether the Supreme Court has asked the government of India to look at the possibility of an alternative route.
So you're on the other side.
So he's had his moments.
Yeah, so you're on the other side. You strongly believe...
I'm not on anyone's side.
No, you're strongly backing Subramanian Swamy.
If anyone makes the mistake... if anyone makes the mistake of treating Swamy lightly, they could be in for serious trouble.
That I think a lot of people already know that, and maybe that's one of the reasons the Congress party is pulling its punches tonight. I have that audio link back with KTS Tulsi. Sorry for that interruption, sir. I was asking you a specific question.
No problem.
On whether or not the Congress party can be questioned for loaning money to AJL and hence helping the Gandhis gain control over National Herald. Yes, sir.
Right. Now, I'm speaking purely as a lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't know the stand of the Congress party. I have not had access to any of the other documents except the documents which have been referred to by Dr. Subramanian Swamy. And I assume that even if the allegations of fact made by Dr. Subramanian Swamy are assumed to be correct for the sake of argument, that 90 crore worth of loan has been given by AICC to associated journals, whether any offence can be said to be made out. In my opinion, Section 17 of the Companies Act has lifted the ban on the companies making donations to the political parties. And here is a political party making a donation to a company is only running, which is a defunct company running a newspaper. Now they want to revive that newspaper. The newspaper belongs to or was founded by Motilal Nehru, and Jawaharlal Nehru was the director of this, and then Indira Gandhi and so many others. So it's more or less a prestigious project for the Congress party, because the founders of the Congress party and the leaders of the Congress party have been involved.
So no, my question is my question is not that. My question is
Yes.
very legally tonight. Does it violate Article 8 of the guidelines of the Election Commission in registering political parties under Section 29A of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951? Just specifically on that point,
No, it
sir.
doesn't.
Does it or does it not, sir?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because Section 25 of the Companies Act relates to the companies which are formed for the purpose of charitable purposes, charitable objectives or special objectives. Now, special objectives of a political party can also be to revive a newspaper. And if they are reviving a newspaper which is founded by their political party, it does not amount to
Subramanian Swamy disagrees.
To a commercial activity.
Subramanian Swamy disagrees, but I'll go to Siddharth Nath Singh first. Siddharth Nath Singh, you agree with that interpretation that the Representation of People's Act, which was the kernel of the argument of Arun Jaitley today in Shimla, is a flawed argument? KTS Tulsi argues it's a flawed argument. Your response? Yes, go ahead. I'll get KTS Tulsi back.
I'm not a legal luminary, so I can't get into a debate with Mr. Tulsi on it. But certainly, whatever little we all understand being in politics is that we do get an exemption from the income tax because we are a political party and the money is used for the political purposes. And similarly, when we go for a registration with the Election Commission, we are registered under Article 8, which specifies that as a political party you're going to use the funds for your political purpose, not for the commercial purposes. And what we see here is that a political party, Congress, uses that fund, 90 crores, not a small amount of money,
90 crores.
Which they have collected, and they have given as an unsecured loan to a company which is a public limited company lying defunct, but it goes to them, and that amount is written off by another entity where
Mr.
the
Tulsi.
Congress, the first family is a majority shareholder.
Yes, of course.
And they have their
accept
own
that.
confidants, which
I
are the
accept
shareholders, for 50 lakhs. So there is enough material to raise a doubt on the Congress party. Why? No, please, Mr. Tulsi, I didn't interrupt you.
Okay,
I'm sure
1 minute.
Okay,
Just close your arguments in brief and then I'll allow. Because tonight I just want to make one point. It's Mr. Tulsi is in a minority on this debate tonight. So I'm going to give a little bit more time to him to be fair. Yes.
You can, but
yes.
Orna, what my small point is, that the Congress party and the Gandhi family, in their quest and the love for the real estate, are now going to face real questions from the public, from the media, and from the opposition. Now and they need to answer specifically.
Okay, Mr. Tulsi wants a quick
without adjectives like innuendos and insinuations. Calumny. This is the common habit of the Congress spokesperson.
No innuendos.
No, my question here tonight, follow-up question. Gaurav Bhatia, I'm coming to you as well. I'm coming to you as well. Mr. Tulsi, the question tonight that he raises is, first the Congress committee loans 90 crores to AJL, and then Rahul and Sonia Gandhi controlled Young Indian acquires AJL. Now the question is that Rahul Gandhi's office clarified a few days earlier that Young Indian does not intend to publish any newspaper. This is what Mr. Subramanian Swamy is saying. Then does the intention to loan money to AJL appear to be a bit questionable, and Subramanian Swamy says in violation of the Election Commission guidelines? Because if the 90 crores was given to start the newspaper, then the situation changes. Yes, Mr. Tulsi, sorry.
No, the 90 crore is given for the purpose of starting a newspaper which belongs to that political party. It's purely a political activity. And for the purpose of revival and for the purpose of paying off their loans, if the political party gives a loan, I don't think they are going outside the objective of the political party. And the political objective is to revive a newspaper which used to be the mouthpiece of the Congress party.
Which didn't happen.
Now the question is that here is the Associated Journals or Young Indian. Young Indian is a company under Section 25, which also has a special objective. It's a charitable objective, and none of the money received by
Subramanian Swamy
can be used.
Subramanian Swamy, Gaurav, coming to you.
Cannot be given as salary.
1 minute. Okay, so you're again. See, Subramanian Swamy, Gaurav, I'm coming to you. Please, I'm sorry for the delay. Subramanian Swamy, if you look at the line of argument tonight, I'm sorry, I don't want to claim any authorship, but this line of argument is exactly what I asked you yesterday. That AJL is a public limited company. You have to look into its old associations with the Congress party. It was floated by Congress leaders with a public donation during the Indian freedom struggle. So they said this is not the political activity.
The law is very clear. Tulsi is a genius of a lawyer, and he can make black look white, white look black. That's his strength, and I respect him, but he is totally at sea on this. The fact is that Hindustan Times was also founded by Congress people, and it's still dominated by Congress people, and is still perceived as a mouthpiece of the Congress party.
That's not.
But I don't want Congress party.
I don't want to get into that.
No,
let's not. I don't want to hear on this platform talk about other media organizations. That's all. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you are talking about National Herald. That is another media organization.
Can we come back to the subject? Yes.
By this transaction, I'm coming back. I am in the subject. You are getting out of the subject. I am telling you that National Herald is its last rites have been performed by Young Indian. They have acquired this company and made it very clear. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has told the PTI on October 9th, I've got a copy of the statement here with me, that we will not publish any newspapers. Furthermore, I have got the photographs of Mr. Krishna inaugurating the office of Passport Seva Kendra in that building. A number of multinationals have signed up. That building which was given, the area, the land which was given because it was a newspaper, is now being used for commercial purposes. Section 25 company is different from a trust, is different from a non-profit organization, the Societies Act. It is a company It's under the company law.
So here's the question.
They can sell shares, they can buy shares, they can buy buildings, sell buildings. But in this case, where Jawaharlal Nehru once said, not once, 3 times, that I will sell Anand Bhavan, but I will not sell National Herald. Now, they have extinguished National Herald. Large number of employees are before the labour courts asking for their back salary.
So here.
And what happens to all of them?
Here the question tonight, Gaurav Bhatia.
Breakdown.
Gaurav Bhatia, I don't know which side you're on tonight. Well, the question here is, one second, that Rahul and Sonia Gandhi acquired AJL through Young Indian, where both of them hold 38% shares each, right? And thus, all of AJL properties as well. The property which was rented, which he's talking about tonight, Dr. Swamy, was rented to the Ministry of External Affairs and runs a passport seva kendra allegedly by Young Indian, which was originally allocated by the government for the publication of 2 newspapers. Does this not prove, Gaurav Bhatia, that the motive to acquire AJL was not for reviving Jawaharlal Nehru's newspaper, but to acquire its property and make money by renting it out, which defeats the purpose under which you are called a Section 25 company in the first place? Gaurav Bhatia, your response, if any, to Subramanian Swamy tonight.
Right. Arnab, there are a few violations that I would like to point out since you were talking about the legal aspect. First and foremost, the political parties are registered under the Representation of People's Act. Congress Party, being a party which has been registered under the Act, should not dwell into such profit-making activity. And why I say this? Because the donations that Congress Party was receiving were for political purposes, whereas now they have invested, they gave a loan of 90 crores to the Herald Group, and this was for a non-political purpose. So this itself should be looked into by the Election Commission. Second, as you pointed out, that after the Herald Group was acquired by the Young Indians, it is a company registered under Section 25. So they can only take up charitable causes. And if they are renting out premises for commercial purpose, then that itself is an illegality. More than that, there is a question of propriety. The question of propriety is this, that we are talking about leaders which enjoy national stature.
Yes.
Certain allegations have been made. They should come forward and clear the air. If they have not done anything wrong, prima facie,
Isn't the Samajwadi Party with the Congress at the centre? Or does the issue of propriety change when it comes to political support?
Arnab, law is the same for everyone.
No, law cannot be distinguished from propriety. Are you telling me tonight that law exists in a vacuum? That law can exist in a vacuum where propriety does not enter?
That the rule, Arnab, I am telling you that the rule of law should prevail.
I am asking you whether the rule of... I am asking you, Gaurav, tonight whether the rule of law coincides with the rule of political convenience or whether both can exist at cross purposes. Answer me straightforwardly tonight. Because political convenience is for you to say this on television, but go back and say, don't worry,
I will answer.
Yes.
Arnab, sometimes your questions are longer than my answers. If you permit me to speak, I'll definitely like to answer you.
Well, please go.
When I was coming on your show, yes, when I was coming on your show, I was asked to give a legal opinion. That is what I am trying to do. I would not like to comment on the political side, but then yes, I would like to make it clear
dodging it.
Yes, there are certain allegations that have been made. Those are very serious allegations. If there is any clarification that is available to these two leaders, they should come forward
as they are
answerable to the nation.
The BJP is rebutting you, and I don't know how legal or political that will be. Siddharth, go on.
No, I can't be legal, but certainly I think the Samajwadi Party, they need to take a position, and they need to take a straight position what they feel about what the things which has come in the public domain. I don't know whether they will be open and they will criticize the government or even ask the Congress that why don't you come and face the media trial and at least subject yourself for inquiry.
Media
now,
trial?
I don't see any of these things happening.
What is a media trial?
Well, media trial in the sense...
What is a media trial?
Well, or not, media trial is to an extent... Well, don't take it in another sense, but media trial is there that when, political parties are questioned, their spokespersons or the person who is being questioned is open to the media and answers those questions.
No, but
so
you see, now that you pulled me into this argument, the word media trial was used by the BJP last week in the context of Mr. Gadkari. Mr. Gadkari said that all the media is after me and things like that. That was called a media trial. The media's job is to ask questions.
Can I answer?
Yeah, my question is,
because today, your job is to ask questions.
Siddharth, Rahul Gandhi will say, why doesn't Nitin Gadkari give specific answers first?
Arnab, I am not here to get into a debate with you because we are debating a very specific charges on the Congress party and their morality and the propriety. But however, let me say also here, since you have raised that, is last week we were being questioned and sometimes many anchors had said, don't make a virtue of BJP saying we are subjecting ourselves to a inquiry. But now see the difference. And I would like to highlight this difference. Look, we did subject ourselves to the trial. But what about the Congress party? What about their entire family, the Gandhi family? Why have they not come forward in the front of the media and answer the questions straight?
I want to go back to the technicality.
Why are they shying away from the inquiry?
No, I have a few specific questions. Now, 1 minute. Let's not go away. Let's not. We're going to remain focused.
I want to highlight.
No, I said I promised to the Newshour viewer tonight. I will try as hard as possible to be specific. I want to go back on specifics. My question is back to KTS Tulsi. Now let's go back to what we were talking about. Young Indian is registered under Section 25 as a of the Companies Act. Therefore, it is a not-for-profit company. By renting out its property to MEA, the company is making substantial amounts of money. Section 25 states, KTS Tulsi, profits from that company need to be reinvested into the operations of the company, as per the papers which I have. Can Young India prove that they did not violate Section 25 of the Companies Act? Because then it has to prove that all the money that has been made has been reinvested into the operations of the company. This is a very specific question, which also emerges.
You're absolutely right. So till now, Dr. Swamy has not said that the profits received from the rentals have been applied for other purposes. That is not even the scope of his allegation. His allegation is that the properties have been rented. If the properties, all the charitable organizations in Delhi and in the country are allowed to rent part of their properties to be able to fund the charitable activities. Otherwise, charitable activities can't be funded.
Dr. Swamy, we are subsidizing charitable activities by renting out a part of the premises. Suppose Young Indian says that in order to resurrect the company, we are commercially exploiting a part of the company. Part of the premises.
You have missed the point. You have missed the point. That premise was meant for running a newspaper. That particular plot along the Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg was meant only for newspapers. And here is a company where Jawaharlal Nehru had said, I will sell Anand Bhavan, but I will not sell National Herald. They are performing the last rites of that very newspaper and using that building for anything but the newspaper. Because Mr. Rahul Gandhi has gone on record saying we will not bring out a newspaper.
KTS Tulsi, I want to go to another.
They have sounded a death warrant of National Herald, and therefore government should take back that property.
Okay, Mr. Tulsi, yeah.
Now, Dr. Swamy is adding to his allegations. His allegations as originally published in the press
it's there in my written statement.
Arnab, there is.
I have your written statement,
sir. There is a very important question.
I have all the allegations. All I would like to say is that the company has just been acquired. Their liabilities are being taken care of. Liabilities are being discharged. Once the liabilities are discharged, then only the company will be in a position to
follow-up question. A follow-up question.
How to revive the newspaper?
No.
The revival of the newspaper is going to take time You can't say that the newspaper has been abandoned. The whole object of acquiring this company and rehabilitating and resurrecting this company is to be able to fulfill the dreams of the founders of the Congress.
New argument, Subramanian Swamy, the new argument is, how can you prove that Rahul Gandhi does not intend to, at a later stage, revive National Herald? You have a piece of paper to prove that?
Well, they have to, it's not there in the stated objectives. Please read Young Indians' stated objectives. There is no mention of newspaper at all, and there is therefore no way they can produce and go outside those objectives.
So, yes,
that's what Section 25 says.
Yes, Siddharth.
That is not part of the allegation.
I don't think we are here to discuss on presumptions that Rahul Gandhi would like to do such and such thing. I think that it's an open and a shut case where a political party who's not allowed to loan out money for commercial purposes needs to be questioned by the Election Commission, and then there is an Income Tax Act,
which is
here is a violation that they have got an exemption and they use it for commercial purposes. I don't think there is much of a question to be asked.
The argument of the Income Tax Act.
Now it is on the so moto basis.
Yes,
we are also should be questioning them. And the Congress party, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi should be subjected to inquiry and investigation.
Gaurav.
Yes, two things I would like to say. I also read that the disclosure of holding these shares was not made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi when he filed his nomination. So that itself, if it is true, is a serious violation of a Supreme Court direction that all affidavits would state the assets and the liabilities held.
KTS Tulsi is rebutting you. I'll allow KTS Tulsi in. Yeah,
I'm talking about Young Indian. I'm not talking about the acquisition. I'm talking about the shares that have been held by him in
Mr.
Young
Tulsi.
Indian.
Yeah, Mr. Tulsi.
And secondly,
Mr. Tulsi.
Yes.
That happened in 2012. The loan by AICC is given on 26th February 2011.
I'm talking about the company and the shareholding that
before he contests. You're mixing up backup and Young Indian. So far as Young Indian is concerned, the loan was itself given in February.
Young Indian shares are being held by Ms. Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi. They should have disclosed those shares if they were held prior to the election. This is my point. Secondly, also,
they are not held prior to the election. They have been transferred only in 2012. They were not held.
May I correct the position?
Yes, Siddharth. 1 minute. Yes, Subramanian Swamy. Yes.
Yeah. What Mr. Gaurav was meaning actually is that Mr. Rahul Gandhi owned 3 lakh shares in Associated Journals, and I downloaded it from the website, where Rahul Gandhi's name was put in ink by somebody who obviously was authorized to do it. And that is confirmed by the fact that in 2011, of that 3 lakhs, he transfers 2,62,000 to Priyanka Gandhi. That is what is there in 2011. But in 2008, he was a shareholder, not only of backups, which I am not bringing in now, but also of Associated Journals, which he did not declare in his 2009
So KTS Tulsi, I want to come to the question of income tax first. Now, under Section 13A of the Income Tax Act, political parties are exempted from paying income tax on donations. Right? The money, am I to assume the money that the All India Congress Committee loaned to AJPL, therefore is money that has been partially or fully exempted from income tax deductions? Would that be a wrong inference to make?
Not at all. Correct.
In that case, is there a contravention or potential contravention of the rules?
No, there is no contravention, because if it is acquired by a Section 25 company, Section 25 company is not indulging in a commercial activity. Whatever profits it makes from any of these activities, which are special objectives, those can only be plowed into for the realization of the objectives of that company. So it's a non-profit organization. No shareholder, no director can be paid salary. It cannot, no dividends can be given to the shareholders. and the profits have to be applied only for the purpose of fulfilling the objectives of the 25 company. So therefore, it is not a commercial activity. It does not amount to any violation either of the Income Tax or of the Companies Act. I would say that even Dr. Swamy is fully, so far as his press conference is concerned, it stuck to the facts. And the facts are that so far as back ops is concerned, Mr. Rahul Gandhi resigned as a director on 24th March 2009, according to the documents given in the press conference by Dr. Swamy.
But
no,
isn't Mr. Tulsi too prepared with all the documents?
Why do you say it's a backdated letter?
Swamy,
Dr. Swamy says it's a backdated letter. One second. He's saying it's a backdated letter. He doesn't accept the fact that Rahul Gandhi has ceased to operate as part of the company.
Because the resignation was not received by back ops in 24th March of 2009. In
no,
the
sir,
letter,
you never
there
said
is
that
no
in the press
record of the
conference.
letter having been received.
No, sir, you never said that on 24th March 2009.
Let me now set the facts straight. Let me set the facts straight.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'll read section 25 because Mr. Tulsi, being a clever lawyer, has fudged it.
Fudged it?
It clearly says that it's a company.
I'm sorry?
It's a company. And Part B and Part A says that where it is proved to the satisfaction of central government that this company is about to be formed as a limited company for promoting commerce or art, science, religion.
That's it.
Now commerce is included, so it's a commercial company, number one.
No one says
Number
that
two,
they have applied profits for for any objective other than 25.
No, wait a minute. Don't be in a hurry. That's a problem. You are not fully apprised of the facts. Now, Section 8 of the, what is given to political parties under 29A of the Representation People's Act, clearly shows all the money that the party receives has to be used for political activity. Now, was this the National Herald political activity? It was a separate. How can you say it is part of the party? It is part of the party's political activity. It's a separate company.
Of course. But they want
it's
to
not a company of the party.
It's a historical association, Subramanian Swamy. Subramanian Swamy, I'm sorry.
What historical association?
One second. Subramanian, allow me. Yesterday you said don't be more of a devil than an advocate. I want to be devil's advocate with you. My question tonight is, I ask you the same question. This company ceased operations a few years ago and hence the All India Congress Committee is giving a loan to AJL for its revival.
But the question is, can they give?
Why? No business to give that loan.
The Congress party to extend such
loan. The
loan.
Congress party has no right to give such a loan to a company.
Exactly right.
To
it is not
a newspaper of its founders.
Of the party.
Question tonight is, I want to get back, Mr.
So what? So was Devdas
Subramanian Swamy.
He was the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi.
Subramanian Swamy. 1 minute.
And they founded Hindustan Times.
Mr. Rangarajan in Chennai began by saying tonight that Mr. Subramanian Swamy has contributed a great deal to the public discourse on several issues in the national interest. Do you believe, Mr. Rangarajan, that Subramanian Swamy, being the crusader that he is, should also possibly pick up the issue of what have appeared to be fairly public allegations against Mr. Nitin Gadkari?
Arnab, don't try to balance the debate.
No, I am asking a specific point. There's no question of balancing. I began Newsar tonight by saying, don't get touchy. Don't get touchy when I mention Gadkari. Don't get touchy.
No, I'm not getting touchy.
I'm asking a question tonight. I have a right to ask a question.
Where Mr. Gadkari himself is subjected.
The specific question.
Arnab Goswami, here is the difference. Please underline the difference.
No,
Mr. Gadkari himself
I thought
was subjected to an inquiry, whereas neither Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi or Vadra
I thought that was a question addressed to me.
Subjected to inquiry.
Siddharth, let Mr. Rangarajan answer the question, please. Mr. Rangaraj is answering the question.
It's an irrelevant question.
It is not an irrelevant question. Your subjective understanding of that as an irrelevant question does not make it irrelevant. It is a relevant question.
It is, because you are finding the
I thought the question was addressed to me.
Mr. Rangaraj is answering the question.
So
Mr. Rangaraj, Siddharth, please let Mr. Rangaraj take that.
If I may be allowed to answer the
come
question.
on to me rather than going to Mr. Rangaraj.
I will come to you. I promise you I'll come. You seem to want to discuss Gadkari. I'll come to you in a minute. Yes.
Do that.
Yes, I will come to you and discuss Mr. Gadkari in a second. Yes, please, Mr. Rangaraj.
See, I think those who have traced Dr. Swamy's career have found, even though there are ups and downs, he has been on the right side of some people, he has gone against them. There could have been two ends of the spectrum. He fought Jayalalitha bitterly in the early 90s, and I mentioned the Tansy Landil case, and later he was even a supporter of hers. I think in some way he was also associated with the 98-99 movement towards Sonia Gandhi even. But later on, there was another spell when he moved closer again. But that is, of course, open to any person who is in politics, because politics makes strange bedfellows, and it's nothing unusual. I mean, he's not the first, nor is he going to be the last to have different types of relationships with different political persons. And as a political party, he is probably free to chalk out his own course of action. So, relating to Gadkari and others, the matter is already in the public domain. And it's up to Dr. Swamy. I mean, if I know Swamy, he goes after someone once he has decided on his target, however big that person may be. He will go after them.
The question was
for a needle in a haystack.
No. What's the question?
So the question is, if he has got the documents. No, my answer is this. My answer is this. If Swamy has documents against anyone, whether it be Gadkari or X or Y or Z, he'll probably go after them. So the crucial question is, he goes after somebody, I think, from the way I have followed his career. If he has documents in his possession and he has relevant information and he believes he has a strong case, then he will go after that person. But otherwise, if he is not sure of the facts of the case, or he doesn't get the documents to support him, he may
Subramanian Swamy
later. I mean, or he may avoid it.
Subramanian Swamy, I have one question.
That's what I've noticed of him.
Subramanian Swamy, I have one question for you. You referred to the 1992 Bhajan Lal case. When you were asked about the motives issue, you referred to the 1992 Bhajan Lal case. Now, the 1992 Bhajan Lal case, which you referred to, does it not allow the High Court to quash a criminal complaint in case of an ulterior motive? And mind you, I am not saying that you have an ulterior motive.
No.
Because
please read it. Please read it.
Where it says, and I read.
In fact, they specifically say, no, please.
Let me read.
Let me explain to you, because you have not read the judgment clearly.
It's not ulterior motive, Arnab. It's
I will tell you.
I can read it.
I will tell. All right, read it.
It says, I read
that
it.
They have quashed it because of motive.
I read it. With Subramanian Swamy, I always have the facts at my disposal. I don't put generalizations to Subramanian Swamy.
Read it.
The question is tonight is G, where a criminal proceeding is manifestly attended with malafide and/or where the proceeding is maliciously instituted with an ulterior motive for wreaking vengeance on the accused and with a view to spite him due to private and personal grudge. Right? This is the part.
This is the question posed. What is the judgment? Read the judgment.
No, where
says that it doesn't matter.
In these circumstances, does it not say that you can quash the criminal complaint?
Arnab, we are missing the point here.
Please listen. Then you pose the question. Please listen. The FIR was quashed on the grounds that the plain reading of the FIR did not show any offence committed. So therefore, the FIR was quashed. And that became the classic judgment for quashing FIRs. Tulsi is here, he knows it.
Do motives matter?
That is one.
Subramanian Swamy says motives don't matter legally. No, one sec. We are on a fine point. I am enjoying this debate. Subramanian Swamy says motives don't matter legally. Do motives matter politically? KTS Tulsi, let me get you in. Or Siddharth Nath Singh, let me get you in on that. Do motives matter politically?
No. No,
let
me stop you 1 minute.
That straight.
Let me stop you 1 minute.
Yes, go ahead.
No, let me have a minute. I wanted to say, the question was raised about why I am not going after Mr. Gadkari. Now, let me tell you, Congress party has got CBI, they have got Enforcement Directorate, they have got all the intelligence agencies. You want me, a private individual, to expend his energy going after somebody whom the government can go?
Sir, you are not a private
individual. I can
individual.
go after Congress people.
Sir, you are a very important politician.
I am a private individual.
You are a member of the NDA.
Whatever it is,
you are a member of the NDA. You are one of the most vocal members of the NDA.
I am not paid a salary. I am not paid a salary. Now the Congress party's job is to go after Mr. Gadkari. My job is to go after Congress, because they won't go after themselves. They will not put cases upon themselves. So I am doing it as a public service. Why doesn't the Congress go when Mr. Gadkari has said he is ready for an inquiry?
Gentlemen, this debate is only getting heated, but I have 1 minute left. I'm really enjoying these points tonight. And I would like to have a straight Congress BJP debate on this subject as well. Siddharth?
Arnab, can I answer?
Yes, Siddharth.
I wish you had focused and kept this debate on the this entire National Herald episode and Young India and all, but unfortunately you tried to balance it. But let me also say here,
you seem to be keen to discuss Gadkari. Yes.
Please allow me to say, if the Congress first family, including the son-in-law, had subjected themselves for a fair inquiry, Mr. Subramanian Swamy wouldn't have gone after them. But
I am on the question of specific answers to specific questions.
Therefore,
one second.
Let me answer.
I am on the question of
content issue.
I am on the question of specific answers to specific questions. I am not talking about institutions of inquiry. What I am simply saying, Siddharth, 1 minute, is an individual Subramanian Swamy asked Rahul Gandhi specific questions. He deserves specific replies. Somebody asked Nitin Gadkari specific questions. Nitin Gadkari should give specific replies. That's all. That is all.
And therefore, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, is answering each and every question, including the spokesperson of the party. But that's not the case with the Congress party.
I haven't heard any specific questions.
And underline the difference.
I haven't heard specific answers.
I wish there was a Congress spokesperson on the channel to debate with us.
I haven't heard specific answers, but yes, one point I agree. I want Congress spokespersons and BJP spokespersons to engage in an open and specific debate. And let me tell you, Siddharth Nath Singh, on this channel, we will ask specific questions to both sides. You know that. So one day we are not popular with one side, one day we are not popular with the other side. But we are asking, and that's why
there is no Congress to answer.
And not for want of asking. Not for want of asking. Not for want of asking.
But here we are in the BJP ready to answer you.
I will have another debate tonight, later actually, on why the BJP does not want to come along with all parties under the RTI ambit, but I'll save that for next week. It's going to be a big story next week. Subramanian Swamy, Siddharth Nath Singh, KTS Tulsi, thank you very much. Gaurav Bhatia and C Rangarajan, thank you very much for joining me on that fantastic debate tonight. Thank you.